Things are heating up in Edmonton, and if you blinked, you probably missed something big. There's a Western team out there, shooting itself in the foot, trying to lure a star, while the Oilers are under pressure to land a legit finisher. And now a surprise name has entered the mix for the goaltending job. Decisions made right now could flip the script on next season. If you truly bleed copper and blue, hit that subscribe button so we can smash our goal of 1,000 subscribers and show the world the power of the best fan base in Canada. We all know this offseason's been pure chaos. Teams are making aggressive moves. Rumors are flying everywhere. And there's one question on everyone's mind. Could McDavid really leave Edmonton? Now get this, what if I told you one of the teams dreaming the hardest about landing McDavid might have just sabotaged their own shot? That's right. A storied NHL franchise may have done exactly the opposite of what it takes to bring in our superstar. And here's the kicker. It's all tied to a familiar face, a former Oilers GM who knows McDavid inside and out, but seems to have forgotten everything about building a winning roster behind the scenes. A lot of folks figured the Kings would be legit contenders if McDavid hit free agency. They even brought in a high-profile name from the Oilers front office to make their pitch more credible. But their latest moves have left people scratching their heads. I mean, how do you convince one of the greatest players in the game to switch jerseys by stacking your roster with questionable vets? Yep, the LA Kings went out and signed Cody Checky, Brian Dumoulin, and even Corey Perry on deals that sound more like a video game than real life. Sound familiar? Of course, McDavid's already played with most of these guys in Edmonton, and be honest, that stretch wasn't exactly trophy-filled. Would he really want to relive those years? And here's the wild part: while they were throwing cash at those guys, they let Vladislav Gavrikov walk to the Rangers without much of a fight. He was one of their top defenders. That's a head-scratcher for a team supposedly building an elite lineup. So here's a real question for Oilers fans. Do you honestly think McDavid's going to walk away from Edmonton just to join a recycled version of the worst years he already lived through? Are the Kings still a real threat in this whole saga? If you're digging this breakdown, give it a like, share it with your fellow NHL fans, and drop a comment below. Do you think McDavid stays or goes? And hang tight, because what's coming next might catch you totally off guard. A move brewing behind the scenes could flip the Oilers' plan on its head. The front office is under the gun, and they need to hit on the next move. Don't go anywhere. What's coming could change everything on the ice. Oilers fans, listen up. We need to have a real talk. After another gut-wrenching finish in the Stanley Cup final, things are already shifting big time in Edmonton. Some big names are out, and new faces are coming in to shake up the locker room. The front office wasted no time. Mandrew Mangiapane and young gun Isaac Howard are already in the mix, filling the holes left by Corey Perry, Victor Arvidsson, and Connor Brown. The core's getting reshaped, and the message is clear. This team wants to come back, swinging in 2025 to 26. A lot of folks thought the retool was already complete, but is it really? Because out of nowhere, a bold new idea is making waves among some of the NHL's sharpest analysts. Jesse Kvelench from the Hockey News, you've probably heard his takes, just dropped a name that could change everything in Edmonton: Jared McCann. Yeah, the same McCann who potted 40 goals for Seattle in 2002-23 and has racked up 91 goals over the past 3 seasons. He's on the radar now because there's chatter the Kraken might be open to moving him, and thinks the Oilers should pounce. This team needs a consistent winger to finish plays, someone who can complement the star centers already on the roster. Just picture it: McCann in copper and blue, finishing plays from McDavid or Draisaitl. The whole offense would level up. He's got a nose for the net, brings experience, and he's a force on the ice. This would be a serious upgrade. Now obviously, it's not a walk in the park. Even Lynch admits the Oilers don't have the perfect trade chips at the moment. But we've seen Seattle make bold moves before. Maybe this one isn't out of reach. The twist: the Oilers front office seems laser focused on fixing the goaltending situation, a weak spot in past playoff runs and might not want to spend resources on a forward right now. But is that the right call? Can they really pass on someone like McCann? So, Oilers fans, what do you think? Should the team go all in for McCann to finally solidify the offense? Or is it smarter to stay locked in on the goaltending issue? If you were the GM, what would you do? And if you thought that story was wild, just wait, what's coming next could light a fire under this entire fan base. Things are cooking behind the scenes, and the next move might divide the room. The Oilers are standing at a crossroads. Stay tuned, because what's next could decide the season. Now, we've got a fresh update straight from the NHL rumor mill. And this one could shake up the entire 2025-26 campaign. If there's one thing Oilers fans have been demanding, it's a real solution in net. After 2 straight seasons ending just short of the cup, there's no more room for error. The team needs a reliable presence between the pipes. But so far, the goalie market's been underwhelming, especially for a team desperate for a turnaround. We've seen Alex Nedeljkovic and John Gibson switch teams, but the Oilers still sitting on the sidelines. The pressure's building, and everyone's asking the same thing: who's stepping in to protect the crease in Edmonton? Well, just when it felt like hope was fading, something new popped up. On the latest episode of The Sheet, respected journalist Jeff Merrick floated a name that could change the entire landscape. Picture this: Tristan Jarry, 2-time Stanley Cup champ with the Penguins, suiting up for the Oilers. Sounds bold, right? But it's being talked about, and the chatter is real. Sure, Jarry didn't have a lights-out 2024-25 season, but his resume speaks for itself. He's got playoff experience, proven skill, and could very well bounce back to peak form on a team hungry for a title like Edmonton. Of course, pulling this off wouldn't be easy. The Penguins would probably need to retain part of his salary, and the Oilers would have to do some serious cap gymnastics to make it work on the ice and the books. But if Stan Bowman and the front office are serious about pushing this team over the top, this might be the exact type of bold swing that turns them from contenders into cup favorites. So tell me, Oilers fans, would you welcome Tristan Jarry as your new go-to guy in net? Drop your thoughts in the comments, share this video with your fellow Oilers diehards, and smash that subscribe button so you don't miss a single update from this wild offseason. Let's chase that cup together.